Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Okay, well, this episode I kept thinking of doing, but especially after the two-part series of talking about why men are mad when women are single for a long time, it kind of made me think more about the value of oneself. And with all my episodes, it can go for man and women because some men, they may need to mentally and physically and financially learn about themselves and also they need to learn about what traps not to get stuck into, or even love that they maybe have witnessed their parents go through, but maybe they were toxic, red flags, or gaslighting and stuff like that. And it caused them to think that was love, so that now that's what they do because of what they witnessed. So basically, the value of yourself and how you can be a better person. Because I know throughout my life, and I think I'm not saying I'm different from everybody, but I think one reason why I I've been so stubborn and bullheaded. I know I am. And one reason why it's like there was that one guy who I was kind of nervous about when he told me either it's me or it was going to be my first master's or whatever. And I was kind of scared because I'm like, okay, it's like this is from the church again. I was like, okay, I'm young. I'm supposed to be getting married. I'm supposed to start having babies and everything like that. And he's telling me it's either me or grad school or him or grad school, whatever. It's like I'm talking as if I'm talking about well anyway. And so I was kind of nervous and scared because like my mom was telling me as long as you walk like that, no one's ever gonna want you, love you, or marry you. So I I was kind of, for quite a few years, I was kind of determined, like, okay, I'm going to prove her wrong. I'm going to get married. Even though I kept running into awful situations, even though I kept finding men who didn't value me at all, and a lot of them just wanted to use me or take advantage of me. But with Mr. Lockakey, oh, because yeah, you already know about Mr. Lockakey and how he literally threatened his life. It's like he was so toxic and terrible to me, to the point where he even knew how to trick his now wife. And this, I've said this before, but be careful. Whenever a guy tries to tell you, or when a person tries to tell you how and why your relationship ended, think about that. Think about why their relationship ended. And also think about why your relationship ended. And it's like I'm never gonna say that I'm perfect because I've said so many times I'm not perfect. But did I ever do anything to cause him insecurity or anything like that, or for him to think that I didn't care about him? Because it's like with him and okay, with Mr. No Heart, because yeah, I can talk about Mr. Lakaki another episode. I might bring him back up, but oh my. But you know what? Before I stop on him, whenever someone tells you why they broke up, pay attention and listen. And I know some people like they go to their social medias and they look at their history and try to find out like when and who and why they dated whoever, whatever. I don't do that. Like maybe I should because I have caught quite a few guys in lies, or because they try to paint the beautiful picture of them being such a great and amazing man, and then you find out they were absolute awful terrible human beings. If yeah, human beings loosely, because when you say that you never met my parents, include that you were planning to steal from my parents, include that you couldn't stay clean for 90 days and that was part of our agreement, like because at first it was 90, then it was 120 because yeah, he got arrested I believe twice within 30 or 90 days, something like that. I remember like, and I remember even like I was working on homework and stuff, and his I think grandmother, someone picked him up from jail or whatever, and I was minding my bit. I was like, what? I'm here to do homework. I am so tired of you. So, and I think the grandfather and I were watching a Law series or something. I don't know, but it's like it's just crazy how he went back to his wife. It's like because he dated her in middle school, then somehow whatever, either she moved or they broke up. I don't know what happened, but then it's like he hunted her down while hunting me down on social media. He found me first because I broke up with him. I wanted nothing to do with him, but he owed me money, so he kept calling me back, and I'm like, okay, I want my money. I don't want you. I want my money. And so then he said, you can only get your money back if you get back with me and sleep with me a certain amount of times. And I was like, you're disgusting. And so I was still trying to get my money and everything like that. But then he found his middle school sweetheart, and then he impregnated her really quickly too. And she tried to like, she thought she was hurting me with that, but part of me was like, no, yes, you have him. He is all yours. I want nothing to do with him. It's like, and then she called me the N word and everything too, because she really thought she was hurting me, but she was really just like paving the way of me not wanting anything to do with him because I just wanted my money. This man owed me probably around, or at least $400. Yeah. And he lied because it was supposed to be, he got fired from a job because he was stealing or whatever. And so he needed more work and he needed gas to get to work. And I'm like, you know what? You need a job. You need a job. So here's $20 or whatever. Go to the gas station, get gas. And the thing is, next time I know if like, well, you know what? No, I'm gonna tell them to figure it out because even with Mr. No Heart, he got, because yeah, it's like with him and Mr. No Heart, they got me with the gas because Mr. No Heart would be like, you want me to be able to take care of my daughters, right? You want me to be able to take care of them. You want me to be able to pay the rent. You want me to be okay, but what about it's like when I needed you, you were never there. And this is when I get to the main topic because for Mr. Lockakey, when he found his middle school sweetheart, he did anything and everything for her. And that includes quitting the special candy as far as I know. I haven't heard of him on the news. I haven't, it's like stealing or anything like that. So from what I know, he's been a good boy or whatever. And it's like I know, like throughout the relationship, I wanted to break up with him, but he would always threaten to harm himself. And he knew that would get me because, especially being a Christian girl or whatever, I was like, I don't want to be the reason why he eliminates himself. I don't want to be the reason why he harms himself. I don't want to be the reason why he punches another hole in the wall at his grandmother's house. I don't want to be the reason why dot dot dot. Like there were so many different things he did, or he would threaten to do if I didn't jump when he said jump. And so with Mister No Heart, it's like, especially after my surgery, like I said, there were so many red flags and so many times where I was about to break up, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be nice to you. Oh, I'm gonna do some of the things that I promised I would do, or that I'm gonna do things that I know that you like, just until I know I got you. Then I'm gonna be a total jerk again." But now that I've broken up with him, I hope he found a woman that he found valuable enough where he would treat her like the wonderful woman that she is. And I hope he found a wonderful, amazing woman. And I hope he found one to a point where he thinks that she's worth his time. Because Mr. No Heart didn't think I was worth his time. When I've said this recently, when my mother died, he didn't think her funeral was worth it, even though we were together for like 5.5, 6 years at this point. This is about a year before I like But a little over a year before I broke up with him, we were together for 7 years. So yeah, this was about 5.5, 6 year mark. I begged him to go. Begged him. But I hope the woman he's with now, like if any family member passes away, oh, I hope he's right there, front row center, properly dressed and everything, even probably dragging his youngest brat with him. I was like, yeah, if you've been listening, you know why I call her a brat too. But anyway, it's like, yeah, because the way that he allowed her to hurt me, kick me, bruise me, tear up my stuff. It's like, cause that's another thing. Now, it's like, I hope he finds a woman where even if the daughter doesn't like her at first, I hope he sits them down and communicates and talks and allows the youngest one to vent and just talk about her pain or whatever, to the point where she can be like, okay, well, it's like, this woman's going to be a part of your life. Okay. And it's like, I mean, she's older now, more mature, but the fact that he allowed her to harm me the way that she did and tear up and eat up my, like, oh, if you've been listening to the episodes, you already know. But then even the way I dressed or whatever, it's like he, like, working at the school in the inner city. It's like that was one of the reasons I downgraded my look, but then I downgraded even more because whenever we would go out to like grocery shopping or to pick up food or whatever, it's like, or running errands, or it's like we could be even getting supplies to get an oil change. Because I remember this, like, one time I'm getting the stuff and then one guy was like, oh, you shouldn't be holding that, let me grab this stuff to you. I was like, I'll take it to the counter for you. He was like, and you look so beautiful today. He was like, and because my ex was right nearby. And that's the thing. It's like, with some amazing, well-mannered black men, it's like they would see me and they would see that my arms were full, or maybe something was really high on a shelf. I mean, sometimes there were white guys, like pale, the pale males or whatever, but it's like inner city. Usually they were black or Hispanic. Like, hey, I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. But I remember there was one specific time getting stuff for oil change, whatever. And this guy was like, no, you shouldn't be carrying this stuff around. And so he took it to the counter for me. My ex ignored me for the rest of the day. The rest of the day. And even the next day. How come you let that guy carry your stuff? What are you talking about? And he was like, you know what I'm talking about. And he was like, I'm going to let you sit there until you figure it out. And then I'm like, you mean the oil change place? I was just, he took it to the register for me so I didn't carry it around the store. He did. He was polite. And did he hit on me? No, he didn't. And he rolled his eyes or whatever. But I was like, yeah, it's like another example when I cleaned recyclables, because you're supposed to. And he would tease me, mock me, or whatever. There was one specific night when, you already know the story about the dishes or whatever. Go watch the Maggot episode. But I'm washing dishes and stuff, and I'm cleaning like, I was cooking that night, so I cleaned the recyclables to put in the recycling bin. And he told me that was stupid. And I was like, what are you talking about? And I'm saying that's one reason why it's like they have to throw away so many of the recyclables, because people don't clean them. You're supposed to clean them before you put them in the recycling. And he says, no, you're not. And I'm like, yes, you are. And he told me, and he's shaking his head, laughing, saying no. And then I'm like, you know what? I can pull up something. So I go on YouTube and I'm going to pull up the documentary. And next thing I know, he slams his fist on the desk. No, you're not. I'm like, fine, okay. So I'm like, you do what you do. I'm going to do what I do. And he got mad at me, saying that I'm not supposed to again. And so that's one reason why I kind of stopped cooking at his house. I'm like, I'm not going to cook and use cans and then not clean them. No. Like, you're just going to tell me that I'm doing it wrong. Then no, I'm good. I'm good. And it's like, so even, well, back to even why I downgraded like how I look or whatever. Get like each time I get a compliment, oh look, like look at your pretty face, or oh look at that dress, and oh my gosh, it's like you either styled your hair nicely, or it's like that lip gloss, or sometimes I would just get compliments or whatever, and he would ignore me. I hope this man finds a woman who he uplifts. I hope he finds a woman who, the days that she is looking amazing, he is just like slay all day, baby. Because he wasn't like that to me. It's like he couldn't stand for me to look beautiful or nice. He couldn't stand it. But then I think it was really funny because when it was time for me to, like, or he gaslit me to meet his family because I didn't want to meet them. Because I will never forget when he told me that he sent one of the family members a picture of me without letting me know. Because yeah, remember, he refused to go to my family's house. And that's another thing. I hope with whoever he meets, he will go to their house. I hope he will meet their family. I hope he will do that respect, because he refused to meet mine, but he kept telling me I had to meet his, to the point where he gaslit me and everything and told me that I had to and everything like that. But then, like, since he didn't like how I dressed any other time, I wore what I wore when I'm around him. I didn't care. So when I got to the house, that's what you're wearing. Oh, now you want me to look pretty. Now you want me to look presentable, or now you want me to look top shelf. You never want me to look top like shelf whenever I'm in public or around anyone else. But then we go up north, like to Lake City, and everyone stares at me in a like, because even the oldest daughter is asking, or she starts crying and asking why are they racist, because they keep glaring and staring at me. And when my ex's friends from high school go up to him and talk to them, they ignore me. They don't even recognize me. He doesn't even introduce me. He doesn't even acknowledge me, and I'm right next to him. So now I hope he found a woman who he will recognize. I hope he found a woman who he will allow her to shake their hand, because like he didn't even allow, like he didn't recognize me whatsoever. But then he was mad when I decided to stay in the guest room for majority of the rest of the day. And I'm like, oh no, it's like, I'm trying to remember, I was watching anime or doing something, because I was like, leave me alone. And he came in the room. Aren't you going to spend time with my family? Aren't you going to talk with them? Like, well, last night your mother told me the only reason I got into college is because I'm black. She told me that the only reason I will be able to accomplish or to get certain positions is because I'm black, even though I have years of experience, even though I have worked my tush off. And I was like, so yeah, I hope he found a woman who his mother won't tear down, put down, and ridicule. I hope instead of downgrading her or telling her, like the future girlfriend, that she's worthless because she's just too, or she only got where she is because of dot dot dot. I hope she will shake her hand and acknowledge, like, but part of me is like, you know what? I kind of doubt he's gonna date another black woman. I kind of doubt he's gonna date another black. So it's like, to for the pale female that he dates, she, like, his mom won't use that as the excuse. And for his sake, like, I kind of hope it's someone with the same education level, because I know, like, he hated my educate, like, and okay, here's some tips. Here's some, guys, date someone who you are compatible with. And I've been saying this for so many episodes, but so many men, they only want to go by how you look. But then it's really funny how men on dating apps, they see my list of criteria, but then they say, no, you're supposed to go based on personality and this and that or whatever. I used to. I used to. But I've learned my lesson, and that's why I'm mature enough to know that I need to have a list of standards to keep my mental, health, and so that I can be able to adore and know who I am. Because fashion wise, I'm changing, and even with my goals and like everything I want to do is evolving and changing, and I love that for me. And there are a lot of men who tell me that I'm not supposed to do certain things and that I'm supposed to act right and stuff. And it's like, act right for who? Okay, so if I'm not acting right in your opinion, don't date me. I'm not compatible. But then when I tell them I'm not compatible, then they tell me I'm just stupid. And they tell me that no, you just don't understand. You need to act a certain way. You're supposed to behave. Men, find somebody who meets your criteria. Make a list of the type of woman you want. Because men in a hurry, like they'll be like, I don't want a woman with kids. But then if you try to go past that, because I've met a lot of guys, like the only reason they wanted to date me is because I don't have kids. That's the only reason they wanted to date me. But then starting to talk to them, we had nothing in common. Oh, and better yet, some of them are actually Republican, but they lied in their profile, and I caught them because we would be talking, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe what this orange guy is doing. He was like, oh, it's like, but it's like, it's kind of cool. It's kind of amazing. I was like, excuse me, what? And then he was like, oh, I was like, are you Republican? Well, yeah, it's like I keep getting rejected from you girls. And he was like, it's not fair. You guys need to open your eyes. You need to, And I was like, no, 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 no. So you lied on your profile, but now you're trying to tell me what I need to do. No, what you need to do is tell the truth. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. So when you first meet somebody, pay attention, because like I said, I'm not perfect. I know I'm an amazing woman because, like I've said in other episodes, this year alone, we're in July, we're not too far from August, but 5 men from my past have come back. They try to. No, okay, they've come back to my cell phone trying to get attention, and then either I've blocked them, reblocked them, or they found me on social media. I was like, yes, like I really miss you. I know I messed up. I know I did you wrong. I know I did A, B. And it's like, no, 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 no. You're good. You're straight. See, you learn. So now you need to find a woman that you value enough that you're gonna act right the first time, because you're not gonna get a second try with me. You're not gonna get a second try with me. No. And so with Mr. No Heart, which I know he'll never come back, it's like he won't even. And see, this is another reason why I know he was no good, and why I hope he finds a woman who he thinks is worth it. Because I can go on and on with all the ways he did not think I was ever going to be worth it. Because it's just with how I dressed and my education, and just oof. And when I had to have my surgeries, like I couldn't drive. And I asked him, like, can you drop off my stuff? It's like I had like a blanket that I bought during grad school, and it means a lot to me. He was like, no. He was like, when your legs are right, you'll drive, you'll come here. And I was like, no, it's the winter time. I really need it. And he was like, then you'll figure it. Like after your surgery, you'll be okay. It's like you'll drive here and get it. I was like, you don't even have to ring the doorbell. Drop it off, and when you before you get on the expressway, it's like, or start a text. And so when you get at a stoplight or right before you get on the expressway, just press send, and then I'll grab my blanket. You don't even have to see me. That's the extent I went, because I was like, I just want my property. I just want my belongings. And so then he was supposed to visit me. He never did. So he didn't even value me enough to come visit. And then I've already done the 3-part series of how this man did not contact me for 5 months, close to 6 months. But he tried to blame me. He tried to say, well, we didn't call each other. Boy, it's like, okay, I called him almost every single day for almost the entire 7 years. It wasn't until the last 6 months or like after my surgery when I'm like, no, I'm tired of this. It's like I'm the one going through tests. I'm the one having to have blood work and MRIs and you name it, I had to have it. And then I had to have major surgery and surgery to the point where my surgeon said I'm in her top 5 of most difficult like surgeries with. It's like I'm in her top 5, so that means it was complicated. So that means I might need like just to talk or just empathy or something, compassion. But he didn't even think I was worth calling. He didn't think I was worth calling the day when I got out of the surgery. He didn't think I was worth calling after I got home. He didn't think I was ever worth calling because I would call him after my physical therapy, after my other MRI, because I had to keep going to tests. But he never called to see how I was. And that's when I decided, okay, I I'm gonna stop calling and I'm gonna see how long it takes for him to text or call me. The first month, the first 30 days, I was like, okay, let me just check to see if he's okay. Yeah, he was fine. He was fine. And he was like, oh, what do you want to talk about? I'm like, no, I'm straight, I'm good. I got my fix, whatever. And that was the month of March. So April 1st or April 2nd, I started again. April, May, June, July. It was around July 10th, something like that. I get a text message. They're bringing back the Magic School Bus on PBS. That's what he wanted to message me. You do not know how mad I was. But then, once he realized that it was over, then he wanted to give me his old computer, laptop, or no, his old computer. That's when he wanted to read my novel, when at first he told me, I'm only going to read it if you actually publish it. Oh, well, now when I publish it, you're going to hate me and I'm going to love the hate you spill. But then also still refused to drop off my property. And it's like he thought I was so worthless he wouldn't even contact me, didn't even think of acknowledging me at all. And I was going through it. But what hurt most of all, the day I got the results that would give me my diagnosis, I was crying so hard. And part of me, after I told my sister, after I told my dad, I'm like, I'm not telling him. Why would I tell somebody who didn't even think I was worth driving to, who didn't even think I was worth visiting, who didn't even think I was worth texting? He didn't text me for like from March all the way to July. Nah, I'm good. No, I'm good. He didn't value me until, he still didn't value me. Because guess what? He still never texted or called. Oh, no, other than my birthday. He texted me happy birthday on my birthday. And then I was like, oh, you remember? Okay, I've said this before, but if a man ever says, was I that bad? If a person ever says, was I that bad? Tell him to take that or tell him to take that out. Take that out. Because if you have to say that, then you already know you were bad. If you have to take yeah, nah, take that out. Nah, don't play. And there's more reasons too. This man devalued me so much. I had the lowest self-esteem. I hated myself. I already hated myself, but I hated myself even more. My self-esteem was so low, the devil could say hi to my self-esteem. Thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human and you're human too.